Hi everyone, it's Stephen from the Toffee Blues back again with another 24/7 news report. The headline for today is that Harry Winks is linked to Everton. Let me know if you like to see Harry Winks at Everton. He's one of the many midfielders that we are linked with at the moment. But the Athletic are actually reporting that there is interest in Harry Winks from Everton. There's also interest in unnamed clubs from Spain, but they described Everton's interest as firm, and that his unsettled position in the Tottenham team could help a move to materialise. Reports have also claimed that Jose Mourinho is not keen on Winks, and he started Tottenham's first 3 games, but he's not featured in the last 8. So he's obviously a very unsettled player at Tottenham. A young English midfielder who seems like a pretty neat and tidy player. Whether he's someone we could use is another thing completely. I think this one will split opinion on whether people are interested in him or not. I think it would all depend on the fee really. If it was a cheap transfer, I don't see why we wouldn't take a gamble on him. But at his age, we're looking for ready-made players, and whether he'd fit into our team, I'm not too sure. But he has been decent whenever I've watched him for Tottenham. But yeah, there's also interest from Spain as well. So it's pretty much a watch this space sort of one. I'm not really sure what's going to happen to Harry Winks in January, but there is interest from Everton according to the Athletic. Moving on, Axel Witsel is a name we've heard a lot about in the recent years, particularly in the summer of 2016. He's opened up about the interest that Everton had when he was a Zenit St. Petersburg player. He says Napoli, Everton, Milan were all interested in him in 2016, but Benfica was his chosen destination. That move actually didn't end up going through. He ended up moving to Tianjin in the Chinese Super League, and then on to Borussia Dortmund, where he is now. And he's obviously doing pretty well at the moment. And this was in an interview that Sport Witness are quoting that he told Rumours. And he says that, Napoli, Everton, Milan were all interested in him, but he wanted to move to Benfica. He said that at the time he wasn't ready to join a top team in a top league. But now I think, he seems like a pretty decent player now. He seems to have really come into his prime. Axel Witsel just opening up on why he didn't choose to join Everton back when Ronald Koeman was the manager. Moving on to the weirdest piece of news today, definitely this one took me by surprise 100%, and that's that Everton want 51-year-old Iranian coach Ali Daei to join the backroom staff. And in one of the weirdest pieces of news what Everton news have seen recently, he says he left Persian club Saipa FC recently and he's unemployed. Not sure why this one's come to the fore. I'm really not sure who he is. Never even heard of him. It's not even known what his role would be. I'm really unsure about this one, and to be honest with you, there's not a lot I can say about it. But that's Kicker reporting that. Ali Daei, let me know what you think about that. Obviously Carlo Ancelotti's got a couple of backroom staff he's brought with him. He's brought his son, David, and Ali Daei, not to be confused with this Southampton reject who lied his way into the Premier League all them years ago. Moving on, HITC talking about Sami Khedira again. I brought you this one last week, and they're just reporting that he's very openly talking about the fact that he is in touch with both Carlo Ancelotti and Jose Mourinho, who both managed him when he was at Real Madrid, don't want to get those two mixed up. And as I said, I like Sami Khedira. He's obviously not a young player, but would be a good player to have in the dressing room, and also knows Carlo Ancelotti's style of play very well. And as an anchor in the midfield to allow Alan and Decore a bit more space, I think it would be a good signing for us if we could get him on the cheap, maybe even a free transfer or a loan, something like that. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in Sami Khedira at Everton. I think I definitely would be. I think it would be a good signing for us. I think it would be a better signing than someone like Harry Winks. But then again, as I mentioned, there's been a lot of midfielders we've been linked to recently, like Luis Alberto, Harry Winks, Sami Khedira's coming up again. There's been a couple I've probably brought to you and forgot about, to be honest. And then moving on to the final piece of news for today, just a really short one, is that Middlesbrough are interested in coming back in for Yannick Bolasie in January. They obviously were really interested in him in the summer, and when the transfer window closed, there was strong rumours that he had signed for them on loan, but it never ended up working, and the paperwork didn't go through in time. And this is coming from Football Insider. They say that Neil Warnock's a massive fan of Bolasie, and he's not actually registered in Everton's Premier League squad, so he's obviously not going to play for us this season. It does feel a lot by his interactions on Twitter that he's just here to sort of make up the numbers. He's been sort of a mascot on Twitter for us recently. But obviously, if he's not going to get any playing time, which he physically cannot, he's not in the Premier League squad. I think a move to Middlesbrough would be really good for him, and he seems like a pretty nice guy. He seems like he's going to be the type of player that's going to want to go off and play some football, and I would support him. I mean, it never really worked out for him at Everton. He has a really bad injury. I remember he was decent for the first few months we signed him, and then that injury really halted his progress. But I really like him. I really was excited when we signed him. I'm really sorry that it didn't work out for him. But yeah, just a bit of news there from Football Insider that Middlesbrough are interested in reigniting their position in the race for Yannick Bolasie in January. And that's going to be it for today, guys. Let me know what you think of the Harry Winks rumour. He's obviously the headliner for this video. Would you take Harry Winks? Are you interested in Harry Winks? Do you think he'd make us a better team? Do you think he wouldn't? What do you think is a good fee for him? There's a lot of stuff to talk about with him, to be fair. And do you like him as a player? But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to the Toffee Blues on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and also go to Everton Direct and get your Christmas shopping done with all the deals that are going on at the moment. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.